Good morning, guys. How we doing? Hope you're good. So today we're going to be talking about finding your way out of the jungle being life, right? And all of the dangers that the jungle brings. So let's get into this. Welcome to the Rise to Thrive show. I am your host, James Boardman. And if you are coming through, then please do let me know. Drop a love heart, drop a comment, let me know that you're there. Just share the post for me. Whichever way is possible, just to really be able to get this out there and help other guys that are around there. You know, I think it's really important to hear from you guys and let me know if it resonates. So I'm up in Birmingham. I'm in a hotel just in the centre, and I'm running 2 workshops this week. We're running Remember the Mission Guidebook. So in here, kind of like breaking down your 10 years all the way down to what you're going to be achieving in the first 4 weeks, right? So I'm quite excited to do that. Today we're doing it with business owners. Tomorrow we're doing it with men for the Man Coach. So it's great to be able to do some coaching on a face-to-face value, which is awesome, which is what we're going to be doing a lot more of next year. Anyway, so as I was up here, a couple of the lads come up to meet me who are in the mastermind, which is really nice. And we were just having a really good chat about life, right? And talking about the things that we were dealing with and moving through and etc. And we were talking about, like, how do you really know what's important in and amongst the chaos of the jungle, in amongst the distractions and the dangers that the jungle brings, right? And if you lost everything, absolutely everything that you had, okay, like your career, your money, your houses, what would you have left? Who would be left around you? And who would stick with you? And I often think that once you have those things, once you identify that, that's where all of your time and energy should be going. Because careers, cars, houses, all the materialistic things, right? They're only ever temporary. You know? And I think the thing that is most important to all of us should be relationships. You know, the meaningful of relationships, the people around us, the people we love, the people we cherish, the people we work for. And I think it's really important to remember that when we're trying to get out of the jungle. Because the jungle can be a really distracting, chaotic, tempting environment. And there's the temptation to want to earn more money, to be top dog, to buy the nicest car, the nicest house. And when you get caught up in that world and of distraction and everything else going on, you forget that one thing that if you lost it all would still be with you. And that ends up being the sacrifice. And we were having a chat with one of the lads, and he was talking about how his business has fluctuated and through COVID and change, and how they were the number one force, right? They were the number one force in their industry. That kind of crashed, and now they're not. And he said it was a prominent statement for me. He goes, "I want to be top dog again." And I was like, "Why? Like, why does it matter? Why do you want to be? Why do you need to be?" Because the bigger you grow a business, the higher you go up in your career, the more distracted and the more pulled away you become from the thing that is most important. And that thing that is most important is the thing that will still be with you if you lost everything, if everything crashed and burned. And I often have sometimes apocalyptic thinking, God, what if I lost all my business? What if it just went, like, all my clients overnight just disappeared? And I was like, I'd have to work at McDonald's, but I'd still be rich because I'd have everyone around me who I love. Do you know what I mean? I'd still have the people that mattered to me. I'd still have the people that supported me. And I think to myself, am I giving them the attention that they deserve? Am I giving them the focus that they deserve? Am I giving them more focus than the focus that I'm giving other things that I'm just getting carried away with? And we live for a very short, fragile amount of time, and we hear so much we talk so much about legacy. And legacy, I think, has to really come down to, like, what What do you want to pass on in terms of the baton? So you imagine like the flame in the Olympics, you pass that on. What are you passing on? What's the message that you're sending your kids, that you're sending your wife or your partner? And I think legacy, like if we went today, touch wood we don't, what would that message be? Like what would it be? Oh, he was committed to his work. He was committed to being top dog. He was committed to earning his money and having that nice Audi or having that nice car. Or would it be he was committed to making sure that his family was happy? He was committed to taking his kids into school. He was committed to making a difference. And it's interesting that when you ask yourself that question, what would you be known for today if it went? Would you be happy with the answer? And if you're not happy with the answer, then I'd have to challenge you and say, why? Like, what are you going to do about it? And how are you going to shift this? Because lifestyle, it becomes a lifestyle. And you have to be able, if you're ever going to get out of the jungle, there has to be a shining star. There has to be a North Star to get you out. And that North Star is the thing that I'm always talking about. Always. If you lost everything, who's around? Who's left? Who's still with you? That's your shining star. And then that, everything becomes predicated around that. One thing I teach business owners is to create a lifestyle. So I work with online businesses owners. And the thing that I tell them is to create a lifestyle and then build a business around it. Don't build a business and then build your lifestyle around it. Okay, does that make sense? And it's the same in theory of people that don't run businesses. It's create your priority and build your life around it. So create your priority, understand it, know what it is, and build your life around that. And let me just check time. Yep, we've got time. So one of the things I always think about is that I could throw in probably another 20 hours a week to the Man Coach brand. We could push harder, we could do more, we could do this, we could do that. But right now in the stage of my life, it's not my number one priority in life. It's important to me, and so are my clients. But I've got a 3-month-old, I've got a 4-month-old, I've got a partner who needs support. If I'm then giving 20 hours to this, that means I'm not giving 20 hours to them when they need it most. But when they're all a little bit older and everyone's moved up a little bit and a little, I can focus more attention going, right, let's see what we can do with this. And it's just understanding that. It's having that high levels of self-awareness to realize that, to know that, to embrace that. And that becomes the way that you live. I wanted to just share that with you because I think there could be some people lost in and amongst that jungle. Not everyone's going to get saved. Not everyone's going to come out. But I think the first thing that you've got to do is find that shining star, right? And that is your priority. Find the priority, you base your life around it, okay? Find your lifestyle, you build your business around it. Always have that. And if you're doing an action or you're doing something and it doesn't align to what you've just said is your North Star, your priority, the thing that's most important, then slap yourself around the face. And so what are you doing, dude? Like, why am I still in the office at 8 o'clock at night? Why am I still snapping at my wife? Why am I still being snappy with my kid? Why am I still on my laptop when my wife is right there asking for attention? Have a great weekend.